good to go?
Claps.
So, not just before, a few months before the Befikre trailer dropped, I went back to Maratha Mandir to see Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge. And of course, lost myself and completely bought into it all over again. And now here's another film about young people in love, made by the same film director. But of course, completely different tonality, sensibility. 21 years later, Palat is now a joke about seeing a guy's ass. So is romance dead?
Is romance dead? Wow, it's almost like an existential question.
It is, for me it was.
I felt the right opposite of this when I saw my movie trailer. I feel that it's being addressed in a very new and a fresh way.
It's not that.
It's a romance, all right, but it's not a love story. It's a romantic comedy, and that actually is what's most exciting about it. Because do we really make romantic comedies? Hindi cinema makes love stories.
Full on drama.
Yeah, like your interval point will have a big conflict.
Someone's
and that will
dying,
run through the second
happening.
half. And then somebody will cry in the third act, and they're all love stories. At some point they become love stories. Where's the bona fide romantic comedy? And that's what's most refreshing about this romance. And I mean, Adi sir always had these influences, but he never got to really pursue them. He ended up making Mohabbatein and Rab Ne Bana Di Jodi, and he perhaps touched upon it maybe in the first half of Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge. But he loves this genre so much, which is why he was like, man, I only have to do it, within this genre, because I don't see it coming from anywhere else. I want to make the true Indian romantic comedy, one that is light-hearted but not frivolous.
Okay, so who are these people and why are they making out all over Paris?
A good question.
Can we ask the guy who cut the promo why he's cut the promo this
made
way?
it like this.
Man, it's like I can go breathless telling you that there is a whole
There's
film. Okay, which is kind of cool. I mean, there were some astute trade guys who kind of spotted it. They were like, he's holding it back. Trust me, he's holding it back. And I was like, that's very keen spotting of you, because he is holding it back. And I had a big tiff with him when he showed me the promos before putting them out. I was like, why are you
Not
presenting it this way?
Yeah.
But he has a clear choice, a distinctive choice that he's made to kind of under-promise and over-deliver. And he wants everybody to discover the film as they watch it. He doesn't want to give anything away. And it will, it grabs you in the first scene itself. And then you're discovering these characters and their relationship and stuff like that. He didn't want to give anything away. So these promos you see are quite surface level. The kissing, the red chatti.
I have a feeling people will not
like
come out talking about these things when they come out of the theatre after
It
watching
won't be
the movie.
the red
This is
chutney.
not what will be the topic of discussion.
Damn!
Okay,
Because there's more than the red chatti in the film.
Yeah.
What do you know? Maybe the red chatti is also not there. But you'll discover it in the film.
But tell me this, guys. When that trailer dropped, of course, it made a lot of noise.
Yeah.
Good noise, also bad noise. You guys did get flack for, just for it looking frivolous, for it looking like the French film Love Me If You Dare, for, what is this? All those really unflattering comparisons with Neil and Nikki. Now, as actors, your profession is really to be loved. So, how do you guys process not being liked?
Flack seems to be everywhere.
But what do you do? Like, how do you process it?
Personally, I just focus on the positives.
In
life in general.
Do you not look?
Like the responses to perhaps the promos is also perhaps a reflection of what things are for me personally in my life. Just because I'm light-hearted, which I admittedly am, doesn't mean I'm frivolous. There are many more layers to me. I am more than just the projection, perhaps, but that's a side of me I protect and preserve and show to only a few people, and that's a choice I'm making. But people choose to judge on perhaps the projection, which is fair. People are going to judge the promo for what you see in the promo. They will discover the film when they watch it. So me as a person also, I'm light-hearted. When you really get to know me, you'll know, that there's more. So yeah, me and the film, they're like, I'm as Befikre as it gets.
So you can be sort of sorted about it. What about you, Vaani? Is it hard? I mean, to all the comments.
I mean, there are times, there are points when I'm like, oh God, why would someone be, taking out this negative energy and just spreading it, and what makes them do this, and why are they being so judgmental and impressionable and harsh and all of those things. But then at the end of the day, it's me who's exhausting my energy overthinking about such things and not focusing on the things that might make me happier in life and might be more productive for me as a person, as an actor. I have my own beliefs in my faith, and I have those certain set of people who give me the right judgment or the right opinions, and those are the ones who really make a difference in my life at the end of the day.
But Vaani, it's been rough for you, especially. I think the last couple of years. I saw an interview you did in like 2014 where you talked about how you wanted to be so busy that that I want to crib about how busy I am, and then you didn't work for the next 2 years. You're very young. How do you stay strong when things like that happen?
I guess again, people around me help me take these decisions. It's I would have loved that work would have come quicker, the kind of work that I wanted to be part of, like Befikre. But can I crib and complain? No, I dare not, because something that I've got, there are people who are way more talented and who are way more deserving, or they wait for so many years, and for the maximum amount of their life goes goes just waiting for something good to happen. And here I'm getting my second movie with Aditya Chopra, with such a wonderful co-actor. How can I crib? How dare I crib?
Yeah.
I cannot crib.
How can you crib?
And
Look at the co-actor that you want.
let's focus on Aditya Chopra.
Focus on the positives, on the blessings.
Why did I?
You didn't need to go there.
Yeah, I didn't need to go there. I really admire him for his guts.
Forget to thank me in your award acceptance speech. The amount I've taught you, young lady, and inspired you. Me? Come on, guys. Really? You're too kind, man.
I am. But I hate when he says, this is all he has to say about me. Simple and sweet. It annoys me.
Okay, maybe it annoys you, but truly you must know that you are a beautiful person because of your simplicity. You're a simple, good-hearted person.
That I am. That everybody knows. Say something else.
You're pretty hot.
Good. There he goes. Something that I have to
You're an unbelievable dancer. And you're a fine actor.
Oh, I'm so happy it's coming from Ranveer Singh. This shall be quoted, Vaani Kapoor's a fine actor.
Oh no, it's very difficult to do this kind of acting, which she seems to have. I don't know, I was very surprised when I first started performing scenes with her, even in workshops. Because this what I, for lack of a better expression or articulation, call it new school acting, which is like not acting. It's not theatrical. It's very, very casual, candid, conversational, spoken, trying, when there's banter, it should feel like a real conversation, like two people just hanging out. Which is something I had to learn and develop and adapt and learn from, influences around me.
Why? Because you're naturally dramatic.
Histrionics, the theatrical is what comes very naturally to me, because I've been in theatre ever since I was in school. So, and also the kind of stuff I did growing up is always just like Shakespeare and stuff, So it's like very metered, very structured, very heavy dialogues, and that's why this film was quite a challenge, for me, because everything had to flow like water, had to just be effortless, and every conversation had to feel like a real conversation, like you shouldn't feel like two people are acting, and that's very challenging. Vaani seemed to have cracked it. Even in workshops I felt it. I was like, man, she's totally natural. On board.
That's also because Adi spent extra time with me before he came in for reading.
With the vibe of the film, and it's tough to do those films, It's like, and then he decided to make it even more challenging for us. He was like, so I'm not going to direct you guys. Now I've written everything. Now you go interpret it yourself and do what you feel like. Surprise me, surprise each other, surprise yourselves. Let's just Let's see how it flows. I'll start the camera, and guys, there are going to be no cuts.
Yeah. So
There were no cuts?
There are no cuts.
3 minutes, 4 minutes, the scene is going.
So the onus is
You
on
just
the
keep
actors.
talking.
We just keep talking,
Yeah.
we're just doing our thing.
You have to engage in 3.5, 4.5 minutes of constant roll time. It's not easy to do, to hold like that.
And we don't even have those dramatic, maybe a twist happening or some background sound that is giving us that effect.
Structured dialogue.
It's just the two of us doing our own thing, our conversation.
Or even the emotion, right? At a very basic level, there's no distinctive feeling like anger or sadness or a layered version of that. It's just two people hanging out. But how do you make that engaging and entertaining and hold a 4.5 minute scene that's not cutting? So it's just the two of you having a conversation, entertain me. You know,
My
it's
second
harder.
movie, I was like, wow.
It's hard. There was an immense amount of craft in what's a seemingly frivolous film. But yeah, I mean, if you're going to cut promos like that, people are bound to feel like that. So like I said, I had a big tip. I was like, why, man? Why would you do that? He's like, man, I want them to discover the film. I don't want to give anything away. But there's a wholesome film in there, I assure you, with an immense amount of work and an immense amount of craft. I would really, if I were to watch this, I'd be very appreciative of it. An attempt to make a bona fide rom-com. The film is, in its language and its treatment, is so refreshing.
What's he like on set anymore? You know, I wrote a book about DDLJ.
Yeah.
And all the actors used to say that he was so stressed then that he would just have Coke for lunch. And he didn't talk. Is he like that now?
Yeah, I mean, he just snorts a couple of lines of Coke for lunch.
I'm out of this conversation. I'm not part of
I
this.
said nothing.
I said nothing.
It seems like that because he's a maniac, right?
Yeah,
He's like...
Very serious.
No, he's very impatient, right? So he wants to... The thing is, he's very immersed in the process.
Yeah.
You know, so when he's on set, he's there to shoot, okay? And then every second, every fraction of a second matters to him. Everything is for the shot, you know? So he likes to work with people who are that immersed in the process.
And there were times when I thought we were shooting for World War II or something. And I told him also, I'm like, what are we shooting for?
He's
This
the
does not seem fun. He's like, have fun, have fun, have fun. And I'm like, really?
He's the only person who can shoot a romantic comedy as if you're shooting like an Apocalypse Now redux.
Yeah, like we're just now, Yeah, I was highly impatient.
Yeah.
You know, you said, Ranveer, that after becoming famous, you discovered how overrated fame is. Is that something that you guys ever have a conversation about as you're on the cusp of this, incredible release? I'm seeing you on covers everywhere. It's happening. It's all blowing up. Do you ever give Vaani sort of advice?
Always.
How it's going to pan out?
I'm Gyani Baba.
Is he a useful Gyani Baba? Is he?
Along with a little grief, yes, a little advice does come along. I'm kidding.
Lots of grief.
Why?
Man, I haven't got a chance to bully someone in so long. So here was my one big
I
shot.
was bakra.
Bakri.
But what advice do you give? Ranveer, what has held you in good stead over these few years?
I guess I could say that I came into this for the right reasons. And that's really what sustained me. I was not lured by the fame and the glamour. I really wanted to act in mainstream Hindi films because I loved acting and I love mainstream Hindi films. And that's really it's at the core, that's what it is, and that's what's been able to sustain. I'm really enjoying everything. The fame and the money comes with its set of perks. I wake up every day and feel an immense amount of, I feel really, really grateful just to be where I am, doing what I love to do. I am an actor in Hindi films. Sometimes I can't even believe it. I can't believe it most times.
So gratitude is a big one.
Yeah.
And the right reasons.
Yeah.
You have to keep those reasons in place.
Yeah.
Don't lose sight.
That's why you don't get carried away with all this stuff. Although it can the pace of life, sometimes you lose sight. Things start moving so fast But yeah, at your core, if your reasons to be in it are right, then that should sustain you.
But you've kept that, Ranveer, since post Bajirao, post all the awards, all the kind of.
Post Bajirao has been madness.
It has been
crazy.
madness. For you, it has been.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like everything just doubled with one film. You know, all the work, the equity, the popularity, or what have you, call it what you want. Everything that I'd earned in perhaps say 5 years, with one film just became double, which is incredible, and I'm immensely thankful and happy about it. But yeah, I also have I have to make sure I live a balanced life. You know, when work picks up pace, things become too fast. There's a danger of burning out. You need to take time out for yourself. Take time out to spend with family.
What do you do?
Take
You
time out
just shut
for
yourself off?
health and fitness. No, you balance it out. So yeah, I have that in my head. You know, that I've got to take a breather now and then.
Yeah,
You know,
don't
because it
burn
can
out.
feel like a sprint sometimes.
Yeah.
It's just like all out. You know.
Yeah, it is. Listen, I don't know if you know, but there's this amazing fan fiction about you. Have you ever read it?
No.
This is their imagination of the shooting of Ram Leela. So it's like a novel or a novella. So this is her talking to herself. She's saying to herself, okay, calm down. This is apparently what was going through her mind when you guys did the first kiss for that film. Calm down, it's just a kiss. You've done this before. Just stay in character, stay focused on the kiss, not the person you are. Before she could finish her thought, her co-star walked onto the set. Shit, yeah, Deepika thought to herself as she watched Ranveer talking to Bhansali sir about the technicalities of the next shot. She was in awe of his ripped body and couldn't help herself from checking him out for a good 5 seconds. She moved her eyes slowly down his body and back until shit, her eyes met Ranveer's. They both made awkward eye contact for a second, and then Ranveer adorably looked down and smirked. This is like fiction writing.
Yeah.
Where you are a character.
That's very creative. This account should be blocked.
No, but there's a lot of it. It's not
She's Mills and bonifying life.
exactly. How does that feel? That, and it's not a character you play. It is you.
It's good time pass. It's good time
Do you
pass,
pay
but
attention
life
to
is
it?
not a Mills and Boone novel. Okay.
Do you ever pay attention to it?
To what?
To all the sort of these peripheral fictions that sort of swirl around you.
No. See, there can be so much. There can be so much frill attached to professional actors' life. It kind of sometimes gets difficult, and you have to make it a point to focus on what's really important. So, with all this stuff happening, brand endorsements, and focus on one's personal relationships, and all of this noise. I need to make it a point to not lose sight of the core, or what lies at the core of what I actually do is the acting. The only thing that really matters is what I'm doing between action and cut, because that's what I do. That's the core of what I do. All of this frill is exactly that. It's frills, So yeah, that's why I'm happiest when I'm deep into that rabbit hole of a character, in the thick of a shooting schedule. That's where I belong, really, on the film set.
Vaani, is that the one thing you'll take away from this experience? Maybe the way he's handling all of the peripherals.
Yeah, because I think I'm terrible at handling these things. Like, if something like this was coming to me, I wouldn't even know how to handle these things. And there are so many other things that I'm learning and I'm observing, and I still feel I say wrong things at the wrong time.
Oh, he's done plenty of that.
All the time I do
What?
that.
When? I'm always politically
You remember
correct.
we did lots of interviews before, and you were like, okay, I said that when I had taken medication. I said that when that.
Yeah.
But you know what?
I'm bad at my articulation at times. I feel like he's caught me so many times, and he's like, you don't like, things don't sound right from your mouth at times. I say wrong things at the wrong time. So
you've
many
got
times
foot
I've
in
done
mouth
that. Yeah,
disease.
I've done that, and he's tried to cover it up for me.
I
at
love
times.
that. You're the elder statesman here.
So
Can you call it something else?
Okay.
We're talking about a young romance here.
Exactly. This is not the image you want to project. Tell me, before we close, how's the tank of angst? Is it empty?
No. There's new stuff every day. I've realized that more money, more problems. You know, the more you grow, life becomes all the more complicated, and
that's
somehow,
one advice he gave me also, and then he promised me that he's going to transfer all the money from his account to mine. Carry on, sorry.
So yeah,
Looking to give it away? I know a film festival that can use
I'm here to share your problems. My friend, I'm here to share your problems.
No, but really, seriously, is it the more successful you get, the more problematic life gets?
Yeah. That's bang on. And yeah, so there's something every morning that tops up my tank of angst, which I am fully channeling into my new character, Sultan Alauddin Khilji in the film Padmavati. I'm very happy about this. I'm glad I have that ability to channel it into the right direction, make something positive out of all this, you know. So yeah,
So it's
it's
all
helping,
good. It's all
and
good.
it's topped up.
Thank you,
Thank you.
and all best for the movie.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
Hi, if you like this video,
Push the button and subscribe to Film Companion.
do it now.